Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Meta Presents. I've decided I'm going to do this one in creative mode just so it's a little easier to show you guys, but we're going to be building a passive big reactor today. And what makes it passive is it doesn't have a steam component to it, okay? So the difference between an active reactor and a passive reactor is the passive reactor only generates heat and energy for itself, doesn't generate steam for a actively cooled reactor, okay? Sorry, an actively generating reactor which has a turbine blade. Think of it that way. I'm being confusing. I apologize. Anyways, we've got all the pieces we need here to build this guy. I've decided I'm going to make a 6x6, or is this even bigger than that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7x7, I guess it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7x7, yeah. Inside of this is going to be a numerous amount of control rods. And I'm going to make each of them 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. 6, 7. Make them 7 high. What the hell? So we need to go 8 high with the frame. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've never built one this big before, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen, if it'll even work. It is a multi-block structure after all. This design I've never tested this design, so who knows? Probably shouldn't have done this live. Probably should have built it first, see if it worked, then built it on camera. So I don't look like a jackass when it doesn't work. Okay, so we're just going to lay out the floor. You can build these as big as you like. Usually, like a 5x5. 3x3 is the smallest you can make, which would contain only 1 reactor core. This one's going to contain a lot of them. The whole purpose is I want to generate as much power as I possibly can. And in turn, the more power I generate, the more cyanite I get. And that means more bluelarium, which are 2 components for making actively cooled reactors. Now, I am doing this in creative mode just because it's a little faster and simpler, and it's a little bit easier to do this, especially if there's a problem. I can troubleshoot it. But I have all the components I need. Eularium fuel rods, reactor glass. I made it all with stuff I actually had. You saw that last video. I was making the graphite and the eularium ingots and all that crap. So I do have the stuff. I just haven't put it down yet. Okay, the glass is not necessary. You don't have to look inside. I just like to, because it's pretty. Every reactor needs a reactor controller, though. Oops. And every reactor needs a access port. That's how the eularium gets in and out of the reactor. Without these 2 components, your reactor will not work, guys. It will not work. So, importante. Mucho importante. Where's my reactor glass? There it is. Okay. And what we're going to do with this eventually is we're going to, after we start getting the power requirements up, we're going to power ourselves some MFR lasers. And of course, MFR lasers are absolutely brilliant devices. Oops, I totally forgot the power taps, which I'll put back here. I don't think I'm going to need more than 3, but you never can tell. Okay, now how are we doing these fuel rods? So the basic design would be like this. Like I said, I've never built a reactor like this before. I don't know if it's going to work. This is an unorthodox shape that I've never tried. You know, I'm missing one item. I'm missing the controllers. Where's the controller? That's a reactor controller. Where's the... Or is that the right thing? This, I mean, the reactor control rod. I'm forgetting, I'm missing these. Reactor control rod. These go on top of the fuel rods, just like so. Okay. I'm doing this without the shaders on just so I can actually see in here. It's a little hard to see what the hell you're doing in this dark bastard. Beforehand, I was trying to do stuff in here, and I was like, oh, this is impossible. I can't see anything. So this is just a little easier without the shaders on. So that's why this is being done this way, just in case you guys were curious. Now, I'm actually kind of concerned about these reactor rods being right next to the structure, the reactor casing like this, in some cases. I think this might produce a lot of heat. Now, in the old version, these things didn't explode. But I don't know if that's a fact anymore. And considering it's a nuclear reactor, I really hope it doesn't explode. Because that's going to ruin my day. Like, really ruin my day. Okay, and then we're going to throw in the cooling agent. Well, you know what? Let's turn this son of a bitch on first. Make sure she's actually working. Yep, there we are. Became a unistructure, as you can see here. Now, let's put a little bit of Eularium inside and see what happens here. Probably can take more. Oh, wow. God, this is a hungry beast. Okay. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Cross fingers. Let's see what it looks like with the shaders. I've never done that. Awesome! So awesome! Okay. This is going to be hungry for... That was not cool. That scared me. I thought the thing exploded. Okay, well... So we need to put some chests here. that should auto-eject into the chest, but in case it doesn't... Eject waste. Oh, wait. Inlet mode. Okay, and out. These are the right things, right? Did I put a coolant port on this thing? I put a coolant port on this thing. Idiot. All right. Coolant port is only used for active reactors, guys. Color changes to blue, so I put the coolant port thinking it was the right one. Reactor access port is what you want to put on these things. These are how you get blue lyrium and yellowite in and out of the machine. You can see here. There we go. Inlet mode. Outlet mode. Okay. We'll stick some more of these in here. And it should automatically pull in ingots as it needs it. Probably not, though, because how is it going to pull from that chest? It has no way to pull from this chest. It does work this way, though, for ejecting into here, I think. But maybe not. Let's activate this son of a gun. This is before... Okay, so it is producing a lot of energy. Good to see. We're making 18,000 RF a tick, which is freaking marvelous. And that's before I put in the coolant, which will make it even more efficient. So let's set up a transfer node here. So item transfer node. And some transfer pipes. Okay. There we are. That is so freaking cool looking. I love it. All right, so let's get our liquid cryotheum here, which is the best cooling agent for these reactors. Okay, we'll dump it right there. Do I gotta fill this thing all the way up? I think I may. Alright, well, while I do that, guys, I'll pause it, and when I come back, the thing will be full. Okay, so I've filled the reactor tubings all up with the liquid cryotheum. And that should restore power to the reactor. Now, again, this isn't supposed to be the most efficient design. I'm not going for super efficiency here. Look at that. We're getting over 20,000 flux per tick. How heavily irradiated the core is. Higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. Yeah. And look at our burnup is down to 5 millibuckets per tick now compared to where it was. It was pretty high. So we're getting almost 25,000 flux per tick. That's pretty awesome. That's really, really decent amount of power coming out of this thing. That's so much power, we need 2 power taps. I wonder if I can use a node. Now, the way that these work is it should be basically an unlimited amount of power transferring through these tubes because they don't have a physical restriction, because there is no physical item, basically. We'll see, though. Okay, so we're currently at 0, as you can see here. Let's see what happens when I do this. Oh, the node needs upgrades because it's not going to be putting out very much power at the moment, is it? Yeah, see, there's 4 connections here. There we are, and we'll just do this. Stick that in there. Stick that in there. There we are. Let's see how she's doing. 24.2. And the power is draining out of here, which is perfect. That's what I want. That means that it's working. I don't need this anymore. We are that much of a hurt. We're hurting that much for power in this place? What the hell is using all this power? Honestly, what the hell is draining all my power in my facility? I don't have anything. Weird. Like, really freaking weird. Like, what the hell could be even taking this much power? Sorry, guys. Let me just get orientated. There we go. I guess I can't disconnect that connection. Oh, that's not putting out a lot, is it now? It found the connection and then it went for it, but it didn't really put a lot out. Now this one's doing a little better because I saw it drop down to 0 there for a second. Stack upgrade. Let's get a few of these. These counteract These are actually kind of like counterintuitive to the speed upgrades, but they move larger amounts at the same time. So if you have a stack upgrade, I should be able to transmit all of this power in one gulp. So now it's looking down the x-axis, and it should find it in a second. 18, now it's looking at -5. Boom, it found it, and it threw a whole bunch of it away. So if we stick that in there as well, let's get a few more of those. Depth first. Prep. Oh, neat. You can actually determine how it'll search this stuff for. That's clever. I like that. Maybe a little bit more. Hard to know. Stick a whole bunch of these. See where if that improves things at all. There, it's finding it every second now. I want to see if this will like really dump a whole lot of it fast. And then this one will go for like super speed and super speed on this one too. And we'll see how that works. Hopefully that should dump a lot of power. Let's see how this reactor's coping. Oh, core fuel status is low. Oops, I got this backwards. There we go. See how fast it does one. That's pretty quick, actually. That's going to burn through a lot of fuel really quickly. I'm just going to grab a couple of stacks of this stuff here. Just to keep it going for a little bit. That should do it. Okay, and let's go see how we're doing for power down here. Are we even getting any? Nothing. Something is really, really using the power in my base. Let's turn this thing off. Does that make a difference? Yep. It's this. It's the Tesseract. The Tesseract's eating all the power in the entire base for some reason. I wonder where the power is going with that damn Tesseract. Let's turn that off. Let this thing fill up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That fills up at a decent pace. Should be doing at least... There we go. That's better. Alright, guys. So we solved somewhat the problem with our power. We do have our first passive reactor up and running, and it looks pretty badass. It is pretty inefficient, though. It's using quite a few millibuckets of stuff, but it's producing almost 25,000 flux per tick. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's going to eat through that pretty quickly. We're going to have to come up with a nice source of yellowite for sure. But this is more or less what I'm after. I'm after the cyanide ingots because I can turn those into blularium, and we can build active reactors with that. So there it is, guys. I hope everything is nice and clear and easily understood. I will leave you with this, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Better Presents. Thanks for watching.